Atlas, the man out of time. Boy, this guy is something else. I know you all probably have been expecting me to put out a video about him, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't really have any solid opinions on this guy yet. The only thing I can really say without any doubts is that he's got a pretty big learning curve and skill gap to him, and that he's not a very good solo tank by any means. Outside of that, I have no idea how good this character really is, and I don't really know how to play him. This is the first character in a while that I've been stumped on, and I suppose that's a good thing? A character that takes a while to learn is something the community has asked for quite a bit. Now, why is he like this? Well, in order to use his abilities effectively, you really have to know what you're doing, at least when it comes to his setback and his ultimate. I did play quite a bit of PTS, and with how most players were playing him, he felt like a troll character. And that's because people often saved enemies when using their setback. There were so many kills I or a teammate lost out on because an Atlas hit an enemy with their setback and undid their positioning mistake. The same thing would basically happen with his ultimate. I'd be going after somebody, or I'd be about to kill somebody who was low, and Atlas would ult them and make them immune for 4 seconds. This would throw off my rhythm a lot, because when that would happen, I'd have to rethink my plan on the spot. Since I can't attack my original target for a bit, I'd either have to completely bail out because now the enemy has 4 seconds to look around and see me coming, or their other teammates that aren't banished would have 4 seconds to notice me and do something about it. Depending on where I am when the target was banished, I'm not always going to be able to swap my focus to another target because they could be too far away or in an advantageous position. I also noticed a lot of other players getting upset in the in-game chat for those same reasons. All Atlas players are new to Atlas, of course, and therefore make a lot of mistakes. And your Atlas making mistakes could be a huge detriment to your team, more so than other characters. In order to use setback and the ultimate correctly and effectively, you need to have complete knowledge of the situation. If you're gonna set somebody back, you need to know where they were 4 seconds ago. If you need them gone out of your hair, you need to know if they were in a place 4 seconds ago where they couldn't do anything. If you need to screw an enemy over, you need to know if they were in a place 4 seconds ago that would get them killed or not. Some other things are more simple, like if an enemy just got full healed, well, set them back to undo that. Some uses are more simple than others, but to be as effective as possible, you need to be paying a lot of attention. As for the ultimate, I'm not positive on how to effectively use that yet. I know I've seen Atlases banish somebody and then their BK stacks bombs under them and detonates them as they become free, but as far as more general ways to use the ult, the only thing I could think of is hitting a healer with it to nullify the enemy's healing while you pick up some kills. Or if there's some really pesky target keeping your team from doing something, you can banish them. The problem is you and your teammates have to act on it very fast. Which leads me to believe that Atlas might not be a very effective character outside of coordinated play, because you need so much information to be as effective as possible. Your teammates need that info too. If your teammates don't even know you're ulting, then you guys aren't going to be able to take full advantage of having key targets banished. Your teammates may realize it too late or may not realize it at all. Let's say there's a sniper character applying a lot of pressure to your team, forcing you guys to take really safe angles. You hit that sniper with the ult, but your team doesn't know it, and they keep to those safe angles instead of pushing out and getting kills before that sniper is free again. So it's like you basically never ulted even though you don't have the charge anymore. I really do see a lot of potential out of a good Atlas player, but for the most part I only see that potential coming out in coordinated play. I hope I'm wrong and he does end up being effective in normal public games, but I guess we'll see. As for other things about the character, I think his weapon is absolutely awesome. It's a very powerful and versatile weapon. Depending on the range, you could end up not charging up a shot, charging it up fully, or only going halfway. He even has a card where landing a fully charged shot returns a bullet to you, so in theory if you're really good you'll never have to reload. Also, like I said earlier, Atlas is definitely not a good solo tank. He's pretty squishy for a tank and pretty easy to kill. Yes, he does have his second chance ability to full heal himself with, but again, he can be melted pretty easily. As far as solo tanking goes, I'd only put him above Torvald and Ruckus, both of which are really bad solo tanks. Other off-tanks like Ashe and Khan can even solo tank way better than he can. He's not an aggressive off-tank either. Like I said, he's easy to burn down and he doesn't have any real mobility. His barrier is also stationary, so he can't use that to be aggressive with either. He's more of a safer off tank with a lot of utility and damage. Really good poke damage too. His fully charged attack does have some fall off, but it's still really good poke for a tank at any range. As for his talents, well, Unstable Fisher didn't seem all too good originally, and then it got nerfed to have AoE fall off, so I don't think there's any reason to use that. Temporal Divide, even though that big barrier can block a lot, the 20-second cooldown really hurts it. That's a long time for a tank to not have a defensive ability. I'm not positive on if it'll be good or not. It could, but my hopes for it aren't very high. I think Deja Vu is going to be the best one. It makes setback and AoE CC, so you don't have to aim it as much, you can hit a target's feet. It also allows you to set back multiple targets, and that could be really good against groups of enemies that just got healed from an AoE heal, like from Grover or Pepper. So again, Atlas is a pretty interesting and weird character that I have no real idea on how he's going to end up. That is most definitely an answer that will come with time. But anyway, what do you guys think about Atlas? Let me know in the comments below. And that's pretty much it, guys. I want to thank you all for watching. I very much appreciate it, and I'm going to see you guys later. Bye.